नमस्ते, जय हिंद टू ऑल। 2 दिवस पहले राजस्थान दिवस मनाया गया। आप सभी को राजस्थान दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। रिस्पेक्टेड चेयरपर्सन, को चेयरपर्सन, delegates, participants and all BPED students. Today I am presenting my research paper titled on effects of standing and sitting following an active warm-up on performance in the vertical jump. Outline: introduction, method, program protocol, result, discussion and conclusions, application in sports and references. Introduction: researchers and coaches both aim to improve athletes' performance. The importance of warm-up schedule before an activity has been examined, while depends on intensity, duration and type of warm-up. Some consistently found benefits of active warm-ups and have included various physiological, psychological and biomechanical responses such as increased muscle temperature, enhanced blood flow, reduced muscle stiffness, and faster nerve condition. An active warm-up also is believed to increase metabolic reactions and biomechanical process as well as psychological arousal. Many efforts have focused on the effects of different types of warm-ups on various performance measures. A particular performance measures that has been examined in the vertical jump, Bishop in 2003 concluded that an active warm-up has a potential to enhance performance of less than 10 seconds if there is ample time for necessary phosphate energy stores to be restored prior to the activity. Darjunan and Joskic एंड बाबाजी 2012 में उन्होंने एग्जामिन किया कि 6 अलग अलग हफ्तों में उन्होंने वार्म अप प्रोटोकॉल्स उनके खिलाड़ियों को दिया और काउंटर मूवमेंट जंप फुटबॉल के खिलाड़ियों पर उन्होंने रिसर्च किया. दे फाउंड दैट परफॉर्मेंसेस वेर सिग्निफिकेंटली बेटर आफ्टर जनरल वार्म अप which included jogging and general warm-up with dynamic stretching than jump performance after no warm-up or warm-up involving static stretching. Give the consider evidence in support of proper warm-up. Many situations have delays such as half-time and rituals before the start of competition. Passive half-time scenarios have been found to be determined to be first few minutes of second half performances in soccer players as well as referees. While warm-up decrement has been established, the impact of different lengths of time between the warm-up and performance is less definitive. International level swimmers required to enter a call room 20 minutes prior to the event. Westall 2013 found that 200-meter freestyle performers were better 20 minutes post warm-up in comparison to 45 minutes post warm-up. Method: in this experimental research, which included 3 testing procedures, 35 students who were involved as Gopal Stadium athletes took part. The previous year had been injury free for all subjects. Before the test, everybody signed an informed consent. Vertical jump height was assessed by sergeant test jump in calculated by centimeters. Protocol: there is a program protocol. There were 3 testing dates for each participant, which involved the assessment of an initial maximum vertical jump following an active warm-up, which was again assessed over 6 different times periods after a sitting, standing, or exercise period. Looking see figure program protocol, treatment order was randomly assigned. Figure 1 program protocol self-selected up warm-up procedures were used for the investigations. All participants warm up under the supervision of the same investigator until they had broken a sweat and then perform a maximum standing vertical jump. Standing vertical jump performances was then tested every 10 minutes for an hour to track vertical jump performance. Each participant was given one opportunity for a maximal effort vertical jump at each testing session. A second opportunity was only awarded if the individual indicated that they really did not feel like it, कि उन्होंने अच्छे से जंप नहीं किया तो उसको दोबारा हमने ट्राई दिया था. Regardless of testing protocol, for the session, each participant watched a video of an intercollegiate volleyball competition or YouTube videos, etc., projected on the wall during the interval between test jumps. The standing and sitting session consisted of watching the volleyball match in their respective postures between data collection bouts. The exercise group executed a protocol designed and maintained mild sweat throughout the 1 hour data collection sessions. The exercise protocol consisted of 20 step-ups with a right foot lead on to a 15 centimeter bench, step up 20 setups with a left foot lead onto a 15 centimeter high step ups, 80-meter brisk walk, and 20 small jumps executed in place. The routine was separated continuously for the 60-minute session. Aside from the 80-meter walks, the exercise group also watched the volleyball match video during each 10 minutes increment. Result: a two-way repeated measures ANOVA was run to determine the effect of that sitting, standing, or exercise had an vertical jump performance over time. Analysis of the studentized residuals showed that there was a normality. For the analysis of the differences at each time period, significance was set up 0.05 level because of the multiple analysis. There were no difference across conditions in vertical jump performances. In all cases, the exercise group performed better than the standing and sitting groups, while there were no differences between the sitting and standing groups. See the table number 1 showing vertical jump height, means and standard deviation. Discussion and conclusions. The purpose of the study was to determine if there were differences in vertical jump performances across time for individuals who sat, exercised, or stood between testing bouts after an active warm-up. Performers were tested every 10 minutes after an active warm-up. Decrements in vertical jump performances were found across the three conditions: sitting, standing, and exercise, with the sitting and standing differing from light exercise, while there were no differences between sitting and standing. These differences across conditions were found at all points after the assessment at 10 minutes. These decrements consistent with findings in swimmers, soccer players, soccer referees, and basketball players. In addition, the decrements occurred at the 20 minutes mark, which is consistent with the recommendation of Bishop in 2003 that the time from warm-up to performance should be less than 15 to 20 minutes. However, there has not been evidence to date support whether these changes differ between the sitting and standing. In addition to the comparison across conditions, each condition was analyzed separately. A differences in performance was found between baseline and for every time frame thereafter when sitting, while the differences were found between vertical jump within 20 minutes when standing. Currently, substitutes in many sports have significant waiting periods between the warm up and entry to competition. The pre competition rituals of announcing a lineup and introduction each other of both teams and photography in local events and playing of the national anthem in international events can take up to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. In addition, other sports have delays which are required, such as international swimming, which has holding room that athletes need to report to prior the event. The strategies that most substitutes use involve the athletes sitting as in basketball or standing as do many volleyball players. This findings challenges the efficacy of these points with regard to performance outcome as assessed by vertical jump. Light physical activity maintained performance measures in this study. Application in sports. Current practice in sport, which included wait times between an active warm up and performances, are not supported. Challenges with facility setups and current regulation in some sports make it difficult to provide opportunities for athletes to maintain light physical activity or to get some movement prior to entry into the competition. While many volleyball programs have moved to allowing substitute to stand, evidence suggests it is not sufficient to maintain performance. Coaches should develop strategies to maintain post warm up gains with the bench players as well as assuring that athletes in any sports with substantial breaks in play, such as half time, have time to get light physical activity before resuming play. Thank you. Meet you again. I self Dr. Navnit Kumar Prasaddas Jadhav, Assistant Professor, Tolani Institute of Commerce, Adipur, Kutch, Gujarat, India. Namaste. Dhanyawad. Thank you very much.